Ec6 Change and Transformation. Soul to Soul Talk. Change and Transformation. Life Guiding Conversations with Morai Amoro and Jenai Summer. Morai, could you speak more on the subject change, please? There are certain things I do not want that they change, and other things I really want that they change. My pleasure, Jenai. But first of all, we must remember that in Crystallia, the creation, everything changes constantly, if we can see this or not. So even the things you don't like to see changing are changing. There are no two moments the same. All is in constant transition and transformation. Right, but I would like that my life with my mother and the twins doesn't change. It feels great as it is. Jenai, it will not be possible, for they are getting older every moment, and the life you have right now is also already changing. Time is changing, thoughts, feelings, the weather, erosion and corrosion. All and everything is constantly changing. It is funny how people like to take pictures of one moment that we cannot hold on to. But when we try to hold on to a certain things in our mind, we create stagnancy. There is life lacking, there is change lacking, and of course adventure. I understand, Morai, but I still would not like it to change. Then you attract extra suffering into your life, which is not necessary. Just enjoy the moment, let it go, and the next moment is coming and a new experience. When you tend to hold on to these things, just like holding on to your possessions, you create a stagnancy and actually a boring life. Without realizing that we do this, we at the same time look for endless other ways to keep us busy with change. I got it, Morai, but what about things that I really want to see changing? Like the weather at this moment? Or the suffering in the world? Or certain behaviors in others? All right, you got me there. Imagine everybody wanted to have a certain weather condition at this moment. And imagine we could do that. It would be a disaster. And after some time, everybody is not satisfied again. Rather go with the changes of the weather and make some preparations, and all will flow like an adventure, which also has challenges. But what about the behavior of certain people? So, we don't like to go with the changes, but someone else needs to change. First of all, that person, even when we think that they are not changing, is changing, but maybe not according to our expectations and not fast enough. It is about how we adapt to that person. That makes the transition and transformation. And it has nothing to do with the changes we are expecting. Humans go too far even with manipulating natural changes in nature and manipulate this process, but a big price is being paid for that, health-wise and planet-wise. I can see this more clear now, but what about sickness? Again, Jenai, in that time of sickness is not even one moment the same, but we don't like to deal with it and do not like to get involved. We want others to change the situation and mostly expect this instantly. Disease and challenging situations will come in our life, and I can share a great secret, Jenai. Change is the key to change anything, but it will not go to our expectations. So, when there is stagnancy, boredom, depression, feeling stranded, stuck, chronic fatigue and pain, sick, lazy, and many more expressions telling us that something needs to change, just make some changes and see. Mostly a change will surface, but do it. without any expectations. It is the natural game of a child to stay in the adventure, and you see it doing something different. It changes things. It's creative and playful. But what about all the things that could use some change in the world? So we want to be an advocate of change. However, we are not willing to make the changes first in ourselves and the small world around us. Rather, we want to stay dependent on others with their solutions and cures. Without realizing it, we have made ourselves into victims, plagued with external forces, and stay victims, believing others can and will cure us. We expect them to make the changes for us. Real change can only come when we as individuals give up our comfort of the familiar and venture into the unknown, the void, to live life as an adventure without expectations. When we live in and with change, we see everything transforming each moment into something new and different. It is nice to look into a photo album and you can have nice memories, but everything in that picture is still. But life in Crystallia, the creation, is motion, movement, and change. The theater stage of life is constantly changing, and so are the players and circumstances. And for that reason, it is an incredible magical and mystical adventure. Security, guarantee, insurance, protection, and safety are not possible in the adventure of life. These are false securities and wishes. So live it well and go with the changes into the unfamiliar. However, when we like to experience something that never changes and is living forever, in a state of constant happiness, love, and bliss, we need to find that real essence within ourselves, that spirit, our soul, or that crystal child of light, which is a particle of Kandu the Creator, the ocean of eternal love. Our moment-to-moment separation from Kandu, our Creator, not making him constantly a part of our consciousness in our lives, not being able to sit still in a room by ourselves in communion with him through silent prayer and meditation, but instead running behind the false securities of the mortal world, is the origin of all pain, disease, and struggle. This will be the real change through which the real transformation will take place. Thank you, Morai.